So if you got my email this week, you saw that I included a Joseph Campbell quote. Went something like, "The cave you fear holds the treasure you seek." What do you think that means? The cave you fear holds the treasure you seek. For me, I can tell in my own life that there is oftentimes a wall of fear between me and some of the things that I am working towards in my life. And it takes a little bit of calmness to be able to go through that fear, or courage. And this is where I find the practice of yoga so useful, whether it be just facing the physical practice, where we practice using the breath to help us with challenging poses, or times when we're intensely in a stretch. And yoga retrains the nervous system for peace and balance. And it invites that in even when things are challenging. And I think that helps in life too. That analogy works really well for me. The cave you fear holds the treasure you seek. Yoga really helps you practice to be ready for those challenges. So, let's come to the mat. Get yourself seated in a comfortable position on the mat, and we'll begin our practice. Feel the weight of your body landing here in your seated posture. And inhale and stretch the spine up a bit. Gently let the eyes close a little as you exhale, bringing the attention more inward. Feeling the breath in the body. Breathing a little more deeply when we feel activated, anxious, stressed. We have that power to self-regulate with the breath and with kindness. Using the breath as an anchor. Deepening the inhale and slowing the exhale. Receive the in-breath and release the out-breath. This practice today can be used now and again in life. Notice how the body responds after a few or a handful of breaths. At the end of the next exhale, fill the body up with a deep breath and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it go. All the way out. Fill it up again and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. All the way out. Inhale to fullness and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it go. Returning to the gentleness of your own breath. And bringing your attention over the heart as you set an intention for this evening. Checking in with your own experience and setting an intention that's meaningful for you, perhaps practicing more peace, more presence. Feel that tallness in the spine and the tailbone through the crown. And on the exhale, drop the chin towards the chest and gently roll out the back of the neck. Letting one ear come over the shoulder and then the other. Roll the shoulders forward up towards the ears and down the back as you raise the crown. Do that a couple times, letting those shoulder blades land on the back. And then bring your arms up to cactus. Inhale as you raise the elbows. Exhale, draw them back and down. Inhale, raise the elbows and down. And again, let the breath be full. Reach the arms out into a T. Drop that right hand to the mat. Sweep over in a side bend. Open up the ribs with the big breath. Sweep through the center, side bend to the other side. Use those fuller breaths to really spread the ribs. Through the center and side bend. Exhale. Inhale through the center and side bend. Coming back to center, lift the heart and the hands. Exhale, twist off to the right. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, high. Exhale, twist. Inhale the back arm up. Exhale, reach forward as you remain in the twist. Inhale, sweep the hands to the sky. Exhale, twist. Inhale, reach the back arm. Exhale, reach forward. And return back to a seated posture, just kind of feeling the warm up in the upper body. Remembering peace, practicing peace. Come on over onto your hands and knees. Find the breath in the body as you start cat-cow. Inhaling in Vidyalasana, possibly tucking your toes if that stretch feels good. Exhale, arch the back up. Angry cat, Marjaryasana. Just take it back and forth a few times. Finding your breath. And then when you're ready, coming to stillness, walk your hands forward. Come down onto the mat. Let your heels be a little bit apart. And try and bring the inner blades down to the mat. This is Makarasana or crocodile pose. Bring your forehead to the hands underneath the gaze. Just stretch the adductors a little bit here by drawing those heels towards the earth. Then bend your knees, windshield wiper the heels a little. And bring the legs together. Extend through the toes. Reach the hands out in seal posture. Lift the heart a bit. 2 breaths. Keep the gaze forward and the neck long. Bring the elbows underneath the shoulder points for a Sphinx posture. Keep the low back comfortable, a glute squeeze. Draw the heart between the biceps. Plant your hands underneath the shoulder points. Push up into your table. Coming into table. Oh, I wanted to do some, that's right, let's walk back down. I wanted to actually come up onto our side. So let's come onto our side, bring your ear to your bicep, and we're going to bend the bottom leg in a half bend there, and then kick the top heel back and raise it up the wall behind you. So kick it way back for 5, lift it up 4, 3, 2, 1, and you can keep doing that, or you can sweep for the heel and draw the heel into the hip and then really push that knee away. So you open up the front of the hip flexor right here, holding the heel to the glute, push that knee down. Excellent. Okay, good job on that side. Roll on to the other side. Bringing your ear to the bicep. Kick the bottom knee comes forward, so you balance out with that, and then kick the top heel back and raise it up. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then sweep the foot, bring that heel into the glute, and then stretch the knee down, squeeze the glute, lengthen the front quad. Take a nice exhale there, and then when you're ready, release. Now roll back to the mat and come up into our table. Okay, didn't want to miss out on that little bit of fun. All right, finding your table here, kick the right heel back, lengthen out, crown to the heel, and add the left thumb to the sky. Find a breath here, nice and sturdy. Exhale, sweep off center. Keep the table sturdy. Inhale, exhale away. One more time. Exhale away. Inhale, bring the hand down to the mat and the ball of the foot down to the mat. As you press the two away, you'll begin with a good stretch in the sole and in the calf of the right foot. Press so hard that the left knee floats up, draw it forward, and then kick it up, three-legged dog. Stretch to those toes. Gently and slowly with control, float forward into plank. Bring the knee down. Cleansing breath. Other knee comes down. Push the left heel back. Right thumb to the sky. Sturdy in your table. Inhale here. Exhale away. This little move is so valuable to the back. Exhale away. Keep practicing. Exhale away. Bring the hand down, the ball of the foot down. Start by stretching the sole of the foot and the calf. When you're ready, push also firmly into the hands till you float the right knee. Then push that right foot up to the sky. Three-legged dog. And then float it slowly forward into plank. Use control. You're strong. Bring the right knee down and the left knee down. Cleansing breath. Tuck the toes. Draw the heels towards each other so they're nice and close. And walk the hands back a bit. Pressing into the soles of the feet. Then put the knees apart just a bit and turn the palms so the fingers face backwards. Okay? This is going to be a lion's breath here. So the forearms get a bit of a stretch here. And then we'll take a big breath in, and when you exhale, you roll your eyeballs up and you stick your tongue out. So it goes like this. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And then pausing and just giving those forearms a good stretch by leaning back a little bit more, whatever is comfortable for your forearms. And then releasing them, coming into your squat and pushing your tailbone up to the sky as you come into your forward fold. Pedal out the back of the legs a bit. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale, soften and fold. Inhale, lift and fold. Lift and fold. Reach the arms behind you and sweep all the way to the top. Lift the heart and release. Very good. We're up to a standing point in our practice, and we'll move into flow momentarily, but let's take one balance posture here. So bring all your weight to one leg and sweep out into a star, a balanced star. You might point a little bit through that floating foot. You can just keep it there, or if you'd like to, draw some circles with that foot just to challenge your balance a little bit, and then switch direction. Breathing. And releasing, bringing your weight down to both feet again. And let go in that leg. And now bring all the weight to the other leg. Come out into your floating star. Point through the toe and find your circles. And switch direction. And back to stillness. Both feet. Shake out the legs a little. And the arms if they need it. Okay, should we take that one more time on each side? Float out to your star. And draw your circle. And switch direction. And release. Float out to your star. Draw your circle. Switch direction. And release. Okay, it's always balance challenges can be so challenging, right? Part of that has to do with, especially as the legs fatigue, we should try our balance at the end of practice perhaps. Okay, so tonight for our flow, we're actually going to do moon salutations, and that starts in the middle of the mat. You may prefer to have your mat lengthwise instead of facing me, so, or I should say horizontal, parallel to me. Okay, so find yourself in your mountain posture in the center of your mat. For moon salutations, we start in the center. Feel that tallness in the spine. Bring the hands up. Place them right behind the nape of the neck here. Lift the elbows up, squeeze the glutes, and have a baby back bend here. Lengthening, breathing. And then as you release, we'll take one leg and place it behind the other and sweep both arms over towards that back heel. Inhale as you come through the center and switch sides. So take the back heel back and arch over. So you get a nice side bend here in the ribs. And again, bring the foot behind and reach towards the back foot. And off to the left side. Coming back to the center, we'll take a goddess squat. So toes are pointed out at 3/4. Drop the hips. Come into your cactus position with the arms, elbows at the level of the shoulder. Come into a twist. Bring the left hand across to the right knee, twist back, and switch. And switch. And switch. Back to cactus, and push on up. Coming to our star, we'll heel toe apart to a full straddle, okay? So, and not a balanced star this time, but a full star. Then roll your thumbs back. Let the shoulder blades come together. Inhale forward, exhale back. Inhale forward, exhale back. Couple more times. I draw almost like an infinity sign with my fingertips. Now bring your attention off to the right hand. Turn the toes in that direction. We're preparing for Trikonasana. So draw that right hip way back. Float the hands out and drop into your triangle posture. You can use a block on the outside of the foot as well if that feels okay for you, or bring the hand to the inside of the calf. 2 or 3 breaths here. Really focus on being stable in that back heel and drawing the left hip backward, and bringing a little space between your torso and your thigh. Breathing. Soften the right knee over the ankle. Bring the elbow to the knee. Reach the hand to the sky. Extended side angle. And let that arm come up over the ear. 3 breaths. Really draw the pelvic floor in with each exhale. We want to have a strong pelvic floor. Holding all those abdominal contents in. Sweep it up to a warrior 2. One of our power poses. Feel the feet press apart. a softness in the arms and the breath, keeping us peaceful. Gaze is off over the fingertips. Now take the back arm, and as you sweep it forward, lift the back heel, coming to your crescent lunge. Press the 2 feet apart, lift the heart a bit, 3 breaths. Let the spirit quiet. Exhale, fold to a runner's lunge. Bring your hands to the mat. Keep pressing the back heel back. You can leave the right hand down, lift the left hand down and the right hand to the sky. So you come into a dragonfly twist for a little variation there. As you bring that top hand down, take the block to the inside of that right foot. We're getting ready for a side lunge. So drop the back heel, and just drop the hips a little as you stretch the inner blade of the left thigh. Keep the right knee very comfortable right over the ankle, maybe even support it a little bit with the elbow. So you take this stretch. Breathing, 2 more breaths. And then gently lift the hips. We're going to walk our hands over to the other foot. Turn that toe on that foot, on your left foot, to face the short edge of the mat and come into your side lunge on this side. Lowering the hips a bit, keeping that knee right over the ankle as you take the stretch on this side. And use the block to offset your weight just a bit from the legs to the hands, but continue to work with the stretch in the legs. And then placing that block aside as you come into your runner's lunge, 2 lanes of traffic. Keep your right hand down, sweep the left hand to the sky, and your dragonfly twist. 3 breaths. And then as you bring your hand down, press the feet away from each other, hold a focus point, lift into your crescent lunge. Lift the heart and breathe. And then sweep the hand back, coming to your warrior 2. The back heel lands. You now have 1 lane of traffic. So your right foot is facing off to 3 o'clock. Arms are parallel to the earth. Breathing in warrior 2. Slowly let that elbow land on your left knee and reach up to the sky and up over the ear. Feel that long line of energy from the back heel through the fingertips and breathing. Then reach the arms straight up and begin to straighten that front knee as you come into Trikonasana. Draw the hip back on that left leg. Breathing here. Your gaze can be at the foot, out to the side, or up to the sky. The front heel intersects the same line as the back arch. 1 more breath. And then float it up for your star. Turn the toes now, both to face forward to me, and hold your star as we finish our moon phase. Rotate the thumbs back. Feel the shoulder blades come together. Use the breath, navel in and up. Beautiful. Bring your hands to your hips as your heels and toes move you into that 3/4 stride and drop down into your goddess squat. And we're going to reach forward. Inhale here. Exhale, bring your elbows into your waist. Inhale forward. Exhale, cactus arms. Keep pressing the heels apart as you move. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Push it out and push through the heels. And now we'll take our crescent moon. Put the right foot behind the left and tip off towards that back heel. And switch. Right foot behind the left, switch by reaching off towards that back heel and a good side crescent moon. See the crescent moon from the back heel all the way up through the fingertips, and switch again. And then coming back to center, find your mountain, interlace the hands behind the back. I'll turn this way so you can watch. Pull your hands down, lift through the heart. So you have a little baby back bend here. Squeeze the glutes up in the front of the hips. And release. Very good. Let some of that tension out as we finish that flow of a moon salutation. And this time we'll take it through and maybe add in a few little moves along the way to spice it up a bit. Okay, so starting first in our mountain, feel ourselves reaching up, bringing our hands right behind the base of the skull, lift up through the elbows, squeeze the glutes, lift the heart. Releasing the hands, step a little bit wider. We'll keep the feet stable this time. Reach the arms up. Exhale, side bend. Inhale through the center. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, center and side bend. Reach up and side bend. Reach up, release into your goddess squat. Toes go out a little. Come down into your goddess squat. And we're going to have some moon flowers here. So draw the moon. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale down. Breathing. Breathing. Keep the knees over the ankles. One more. Press it out. Come up to your star, heel toe the feet apart, a full straddle. Reach the arms nice and far away from each other. Roll the thumbs back, infinity fingers. That infinity sign is like a figure 8 on its side. Bring your attention off now to this other side. We'll put on our left side, the toes facing out to the short edge of the mat. And we'll kick the hip back and float the arms out and drop into Trikonasana, triangle posture. And this time, if you have a block available to you, maybe you try your hand on the outside of the block. See if that gives you a little more space or a little more sturdiness. One more breath. And then set that block aside as you bring your elbow to the knee, extended side angle. And this time we'll just move that arm. Reach it up and over. Sweeping the arm, full range of motion. then bring yourself to warrior two. Soften the gaze and the shoulders away from the ears. Then sweep that back hand forward as you lift the back heel for crescent lunge. Option to drop the back knee, pick it up with the breath. Exhale, bring yourself down to runner's lunge. Bring the block on the inside of that left foot. Lift the heart a little. And then draw the hip back for a long pyramid. The heart float forward. Inhale, runner's lunge. Exhale, pyramid. Breathe with it and feel those stretches. And then dropping the back heel, come into your side lunge again. Using the block a little bit out in front of you. 2 or 3 breaths here. And then lift the hips, come to the center. Bring the block with you, heel toe together to about a 3/4 stride. And slowly lower the hips, coming to Malasana. And your heels may stay on the floor or they may lift a little. Mine are lifting tonight. Sometimes they stay down. Bring the elbows between the knees if this is available to you. Breathing here. Malasana or garland pose. And then lift the hips back up again, heel toe apart to that full straddle. We're going to bring those toes on the right now facing the short edge of the mat. And we'll come into our side lunge on this side as we finish our moon salutation up the other side. Getting that stretch as the hips lower. Lift the back heel. Come into that runner's lunge. Lift the heart a bit. Exhale, draw the hips back. The right leg, gets long as that hip comes back. And then as you inhale, the knee comes over the ankle, the heart lifts, the heel on the back is lifted. As you come back into pyramid, the heels come down and the right hip draws back. The back is pretty engaged, so you have a pretty flat back here in pyramid. And then on runner's lunge, the heart lifts. So notice the hips are changing position. Draw the hips back, and then the hips come down in runner's lunge. Now let's come up to our crescent lunge, so set the block aside. Sweep up to crescent, draw that back kneecap up, and then drop it to the mat if you're doing that. Breathing, breathing. Lower the knee and lift the knee. And then open up into your warrior two. One more breath. Really engage the pelvic floor here. Sometimes we forget about those muscles. We're breathing more with the front of the abdomen and realizing we have the full abdomen to involve, including the pelvic floor. Elbow to knee. Top hand to the sky. Let it reach over the ear. Sweep that range of motion if your shoulder's comfortable with that. Straight up. Straighten that front leg. Coming to your Trikonasana, triangle posture. Sometimes I wonder how these poses got their names, but I can see the triangle with the legs on this one, so that makes more sense to me. And then slowly floating up for our star as the toes turn forward. So you've got a full straddle now, arms out, infinity fingers, breathing, involving the full abdomen. Bring the hands to the hips, heel toe together until you drop into your sunflowers this time. Bring the elbows to the waist and then reach for the corners of the room. Exhale down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale down. Reach it up. 2 more. Great. And now we'll take our crescent moon. Let's sweep that left foot behind the right and gently bend off to that foot. Switch the right foot behind the left. And again, the other side. And again. Coming back to the center, have you interlace your hands, draw them down, squeeze your glutes, lift your heart, and release. Great job, folks. Moon salutations. They take us in a circle around our mat. All right, let's come to the top of our mat for a tiny flow, a B series, to add to our moon salutations tonight. Just settle for a moment in your mountain. Lift your heart, find your breath, your ujjayi breath, that victorious breath that helps us remember to come here to this moment. I have arrived, I am home, in the here and in the now. That is our practice. Reach the arms a little behind you and then sweep into your chair. Lift the heart. Breathe. With the next exhale, fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold and step back for your plank. Holding plank for 3 breaths. Make sure the hips are a little bit higher, not swaying. Bring the left knee down and kickstand it out as you come to the inner blade of the right foot. Reach the arm up to the sky. Side plank, reach the arm over the ear, float the heel, and then come on over into your gate posture. Sweep that top arm all the way open. A lot of side bends tonight. And then coming back to the mat, and as you do, tuck the back toes here on the right foot and float the knee and push it up to 3-legged dog. Bring it back to the mat, up towards the nose, and back down. Exhale, push the hips high, down dog. Inhale, float forward in plank, 3 breaths. Bring your right knee down and kickstand it out. Coming to the inner blade, side plank, left foot down. The top arm come over the ear, float the heel. And then as you sweep open into gate posture, drop the heel, let the arms come up and over. And then windmill the hands back to the mat. Bring the left foot down to the mat. Push into the foot and press that right foot up to the sky. And then slowly bring that knee down and up towards the nose. And back to the mat, to your plank pose. Exhale, down dog. 2 breaths here. Inhale, look between the thumbs. Exhale, hop or walk forward. Coming to a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reach the hands behind you. Soften your hips and knees as you rise into your chair. And push it on up and release. Very good. And then come down to your mat in a seated posture. Extend your legs out in front of you. Dandasana, seated posture, and you can actually come up on your hands or on your blocks if you'd like to. And then go ahead and cross your right foot over your left knee. Draw it up to the chest. And bring your left arm over the knee, bringing the elbow on the outside of that knee, and plant your right hand behind you. Lift up tall in your spine, draw the toes of your left foot back, and exhale into that twist. And then gaze over the shoulder, the other shoulder. A seated spinal twist, and gently, for this is half Lord of the Fishes, unwind that and take it on the other side. Bringing your left foot over your right. Lift the heart up towards the knee. Then bring that right arm up and over so that the comes to the outside of the knee. Bring the hand behind you, your left hand behind you, and gently come into that twist. Don't forget to draw the toes back on your right foot. Exhaling into the twist. And with the next breath, gazing over the right shoulder. And gently unwinding and releasing. Now we'll come down onto our mat. We'll bring ourselves into a reclined position. Draw the left heel behind the glute and extend the right heel. Place the hands behind the nape of the neck or cage the ears, whatever is comfortable for you. We're going to raise the heart and turn it a little bit towards that lifted knee. So exhale, lift, and twist. Inhale back, exhale, lift and twist. Let's take this for 6 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and release and switch. Lifting up and twisting for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Bring both heels behind the hips, preparing for bridge. Exhale, push the small of the back towards the mat. Inhale, fill the belly. Exhale, push it down. Start to roll the hips up, lifting, lifting. Shoulders go under. Press into the heels and the shoulders as you come up into your bridge and draw the knees a bit together. Breathing, lift the chin a little. Keep the neck comfortable. Engage the pelvic floor with the exhale. Slowly unwind the spine, bringing the thumbs right below the tailbone as you unwind and lay the back down. Bring the shins into tabletop and extend them out at 45, horizontal scissor kick. Try and do about 10 of those. 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Bring the heels in, prepare for another bridge. Another option is to grab the edges of your mat with your hands. Do what works for you in your bridge. Land in your heels. Lift the toes and spread them. Begin to unwind that spine. As you squeeze the glutes, lift it up. Press into your heels and your shoulders. Breathing. Slowly unwind the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. The thumbs come below the tailbone, shins in tabletop, and reach the toes away at 45. Horizontal scissor kick. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Bring the heels in and release the fingers. We'll take our last bridge. Press into the heels, roll on up. Holding your bridge here. Bring all the weight to the left foot and sweep the right foot to the sky. Slowly bring the right foot down. Land the weight in the right foot. Keep the hips level as you bring the left toes to the sky. Slowly bring the left foot down. And then begin to unwind the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, as you bring the tailbone towards the heels. Draw the knees in towards the chest and make some circles on your back. And switch directions. Put the thumbs underneath the tailbone. Push the toes out at 45 and 10. Horizontal scissor kick. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Bring the knees in, hands on the kneecaps, draw your circles on your back, and breathe. Beginning to unwind our practice here. The hands come down to the shins and rock left and right, letting your elbows catch you. Big breath in and let it go. Bring your hands to your left leg as the right heel goes long. Draw it in towards the chest. And then switch. Bring the right leg in as the left heel goes long. And bring your hands between the thighs to the big toes or the ankles for a moment in happy baby. Roll around and find the 4 corners of the back. Then release the big toes and let the knees come together in tabletop. Bring the arms out in cactus or in a T. And gently rock the hips left and right. When you're ready, let both knees come off to the left. Bring your gaze over to the right. And breathe as you release this long spinal twist. Bring the left hand underneath the knees. Bring them up to center.
Rock a little left and right. Use your arms to counterbalance. And then both knees drop off to the right and take your gaze off to the left hand. Big breath in and let it go. And again, release. Bring your right hand underneath the knees, bring them up to center, and begin to unfold into our final resting posture, Shavasana. Let the arms and legs come a little away from the center of the body. Let there be some space between the arms and the body. The hands roll up in a gesture of acceptance. Feel the body get a bit heavy as it surrenders to the earth. Take a full breath in. Hold at the top. And let it go as you melt into the earth. Softening, releasing. Big breath in. And let it go. Soften in the face and the shoulders. Yield in through the arms. Surrendering the back body, releasing the muscles. Unwinding tension. Left leg heavy. Right leg heavy. And the whole body soft, heavy, and warm. Resting your attention on your breath, breath by breath, breath by breath, rewiring the nervous system for peace. The cave that you fear holds the treasure you seek. Bring in peace. Peace and kindness. On your own now for a few breaths. Deepening your breath a bit. Beginning to find a little bit of movement in your body. Fingers and toes, arms and legs. And when you're ready, draw your knees in towards your chest. Comfort the low back a bit. When you're ready, join me in a seated posture to close our practice time together. Thank you, friends, for joining me this evening for our yoga practice, Moon Salutations. May you take a bit of the peace that you've worked for on the mat into your life and into your evening. Thank you for joining me. Om Shanti. Om Peace. Namaste. Thank you, friends. Hope you had a good practice. Please do check in with me on the chat or by email. I always love hearing from you. Let me know what works for you in practice. How did you like moon salutations? Was this something new for you? We usually do sun salutations. Maybe you enjoyed moon salutations. Maybe they're good to be done under the full moon. I'm going to go check on the chat now. You have a good week. Bring my chair in here. Feel free to ask me questions about practice as well. Okay. Well, I'm going to close off. You guys have a good night. Bye-bye.